If you like the video, please consider supporting James Corp on Patreon. Hello and welcome back to the final hour of this session of week 7. And don't forget to like and subscribe if you're enjoying it so far. Thank you very much. Right, Scott, over to you.
Okay, well, we had a nice little conversation off camera here. They've pretty much solved everything, so we'll just go ahead and conclude it now and move on to another game. Thank you very much, and we will see you next time.
So the audience is aware, it was Maligno.
So, all right. So you've all done a great job. You've piecing some things together. You have some more questions, it seems, though, for either the captain of the watch, but you've generally pieced together that whatever is conducting these murders is killing someone, leaving whatever skin they were from a previous victim, and moved on to the next one, and they have been changing over the past several days. Currently, the what you assume is that he's still in Master Vernum's skin somewhere within Thistle Hold, but you've also determined most of the killings have all occurred in a general radius north, in the northern part of Thistle Hold. So what remains now is what are you going to do next? You still have a couple leads due to the letter that Master Vernum provided to you, and also the information provided by his assistant that there may be some answers at the Ordo Magica or with the mayor of Thistle Hold, or you also have the option of going to the the general location radius of the murders and seeing if you might be able to sniff up any clues there.
We still need those 2 reports that are missing.
Right. Okay. So you ask the City Watch this, Google or Gobble, sorry, Oleg, Google Gobble, right? Okay. Oleg, and he kind of, the guard gives you like a raised eyebrow.
I hide behind Revnia. You ask him.
All right. So, and then they make eye contact with Revnia, and then they kind of give a little nod and turn and go, which he returns a bit later with some information. And as you look at these particular notes, you'll see that originally, when these 2 victims were found, that they weren't immediately connected with the killings. But as the killings start to stack up, it became not fairly obvious, but you can see in Captain Marvello's notes that he was starting to put the points together, that these it now makes sense. The savagery of these may not be exactly like the killings of the Flayer, but they do have quite a bit in common. So here's the witness testimony. The first one was identified due to some belongings that were left behind as Gilda, a dancer at the salons of Symbaroum. So once again, another area in the northern parts. And here's the statement provided. It was dark, but the abomination was darker still. The victim screamed like a child. Then came the sound as if someone tore a body in 2, as if it were made of damp sailcloth. I ran. And it's essentially noted in there that there was hardly anything left, that the body was savaged so much and torn to utter pieces that it was unable to identify by the body alone, but thankfully there were some belongings there that helped. And then victim number 2, this man was huge, but the beast was bigger. First I mistook it for a bear, but it sounded like I don't know, maybe it had been human once, one such abomination, but they only exist in Davokar, deep in the forest, right? And so once again noted, the body was savaged beyond belief. There were some victim belongings that identified it as Bolgo, who is a local treasure hunter.
Was he in the same expedition? Do we know? Maybe we need to go to the mayor and ask who was in the expedition.
Okay.
Maybe, I don't know. I'm thinking.
I think definitely with which site we can detect the person, maybe even without it.
So, and then these two bodies were found 9 days previous.
Okay.
So these two are first ones.
But give me go ahead and give me a cunning roll, Oleg, or whoever is reading this. We'll start with Oleg.
7.
Okay.
Yeah, a success.
You've noted, Oleg, as you're kind of listening to this information. I don't know if you can read or not, or you're reading it yourself, but you see no notation or nothing noted about skin. These bodies were just torn apart, savaged.
This is targeted kills. This person is targeting someone. What are these two people? No, we know their names and who they are.
Yeah, this is Gilda and Bolgo. Or I'm sorry, not Gilda. Gidia. Sorry.
One of them is a treasure hunter, and the other.
Bolgo is a treasure hunter, and Gidia is a dancer at the salons.
Okay.
Seems a bit odd.
What would you? Treasure hunter is probably someone in the party, and the girl, I don't know. We can ask about
wrong
her.
place, wrong time. We can go to we are in the north part. We could go to the salon and talk about her. We could ask her like when she meet that dude, or if they were, meeting each other sometime. Or
Yeah, maybe she was paid in, treasure. She was given.
We need still more information, but we can we get information where they are buried?
Just a second. Sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. It's just that was a work text I had to answer. Anyways, yes. Well, no, their bodies. It turns out their bodies have been cremated. They were savaged beyond belief.
No necromancy for me.
Yeah. What's that?
No necromancy for me.
Oh.
So those two are a very different means of death, means of killing.
Yeah.
And were killed by what appeared to
A
be
beast.
someone very large, or a beast.
Yeah.
And they're probably targeted specifically.
So would that be by the same killer? Because these are very precise flames.
Well, one of the people is killed by a dark person. I think the second victim is killed by the darkness or something like that. Wait a second.
Yeah. So
Yeah, but I mean, he didn't flay them. He kind of like really went all berserk.
Let me give you the statements here in chat. So this is for Gidia, the dancer. And then this one is for Bogo, treasure hunter.
So maybe he is targeting someone that's not easy to get to. And he has to switch bodies to get
like the mayor.
Like the mayor or somebody important.
But I mean, why he will flay now and then, brutally?
He is probably trying to get to the specific target, and the flaying is just the means to it.
Also, I mean, presumably the Flayer is not massive, because it'd probably be more noticeable for someone like looking like a beast walking around.
Yeah, so maybe it's two things, right?
No, it's probably one that is disguising as humans to get close to the.
But how can it be so big and then now it's inside the normal bodies? You know what I mean?
Have you never seen Men in Black?
Well,
what?
Can you see this seed? Give me an hour and it can grow to a large tree. Do you get my meaning? It's something mystical powers and stuff like that.
Maybe that's why it has changed bodies so often, because it's like breaking the skin because it's too big for it.
Are you aware of any powers or rituals that might allow for this?
Should I roll witchcraft?
Scott?
Roll witchcraft for the bodies?
No, we want to know if it's possible for, a monstrosity to kind of like use powers to become a Flayer, or, be a little bit more, normal size, even if its wild form is huge.
To be perfectly honest, that's going to be a yes and no question. No, you don't know for sure. But yes, because many rumors abound about abominations and the monstrosities that exist. Not totally sure if these are true or not. There's so many different things that can be found in the forests of Davakar and around, Ambria and such that until you encounter it yourself, you're not 100% sure if it's true or not.
So yeah, it's possible, but it's not confirmed. Okay.
Correct.
I think we should go to the mayor and get a list of the people who were in this place, and we can, went to this expedition. We know already that 2 of them die, because we meet them, and now we can get a full list of the mayor and see everybody, and then maybe we can ask questions about, have you seen this person, and then narrow down. I don't know. I'm trying to make the connection that the Flayer is killing the people that stole the skull.
Okay.
I think the doctor the professor talked something about that too. So I think that would be the way.
Okay.
Maybe try to find the people that are still alive. I don't know.
So where would you like to start? Because it sounds like that you are trying to make connections. You just have a couple loose threads.
Closest is the mayor's house, right?
Oh, okay. Yeah, where you're currently located, absolutely.
Miss Revnia, could you ask Captain to give us a permission to enter his house?
I don't know if Marvello can necessarily just let us into the mayor's place. We probably need to. He probably has a receptionist of some kind, or
just a paper that we are working on this, or something like that.
I can ask Marvello for that. Yes.
Okay. So you gather yourselves together, right? And then Marvello meets with you, and we'll just kind of in your conversation, he does suggest that in an audience, at Nightpitch's night home, it's not easily arranged, but considering the situation that you're helping out with, and I'm fairly certain I'll try to send word ahead, but to circumvent a lot of the things he's dealing with, you still have this letter that you showed me. That might get you in a lot easier than anything, especially if you have anything else that might mention his name.
Wait a minute.
The other letter as well.
Yeah.
That's also something I wonder now. And it's like, if we found the letter expressed to the mayor in the doctor's house, did the letter ever went to the mayor?
Probably not.
Okay.
Yep. So, okay. So you make your way.
We should look after the maid anyway. Maybe we should not trust her, James. You are right.
But Master Friends told us that we should.
Okay, so you guys make your way to the mayor's home, right?
What is the number for the mayor's house?
28.
28.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So you make your way, and it's a compound, and there's 2 guards waiting at the gate.
Is there a buzzer? Do we have to buzz? Do you have to press
No.
the buzzer and go, hello, yeah, we're here to see the mayor?
So the gates close and there's 2 guards standing there, and they kind of glance at you. And so how do you proceed?
Have you seen Mr. Vernon, please?
And they look down at the goblin and look up again at you and
Want
just
a
go
cookie?
like, we don't have time for this foolishness. Move along now.
We're here to see the mayor.
Well, a lot of people would like to see the mayor.
We're official watch business.
You don't look like you're from the watch.
Did
See, I
Marbella
told
give us
you we should
anything?
have some badges.
Did Marbella what?
Did he give us any evidence that we were working with him, or?
No, he's not going to provide
Okay.
you with anything, but he did say that he would try to send word, but he said the best thing to do is maybe consider utilizing if you have anything, the letter that you showed him, but also you have that other letter too.
Which other letter?
The one that Danny
The-
mentioned.
The bloodied one.
Yeah, the bloodied one that you cleaned. There's the letter that was provided to you by the goblin when you fought off that's from Master Vernum. And then there's also the letter that Master Vernum was supposed to send to the mayor, but that may have never gotten there.
I'm gonna say like there is a big risk that the mayor is in danger.
And why would
we're here to talk to him? So to provide him information that could be beneficial to him.
Okay. And well, what proof do you have of this?
You know the killings that have been happening now, the couple of days, the rumors. Have you heard?
We know tales of the Flayer, yes.
Yeah. I think the Flayer is up to the mayor, and we got information that maybe save his life.
Well, what is this information?
Can you read?
Tom. Yeah, can you read? A bit. So
Give him the letters. Whoever's
Bloody
got them,
one.
I'll just say, hand the letters over, and I'll just say, read this. We haven't got time to waste, and I'll try and walk past them.
I mean, if the mayor dies, I will tell the watch captain that to stop us.
Give me.
That's gonna be on you.
Give me a persuasive roll.
Me?
Well, whoever. Well, I want to say Gus, since he's walking past them.
Okay, Gus, because I don't have persuasion.
or anything that you, or any skills or traits that might assist with that too.
Now, my character can spell persuasive, however.
Well, and then also Xerix too, since he's involved in this conversation.
Cunning, perhaps, because I'm trying to bullshit that the mayor is 10 years. You pass it? Okay. Oh!
Okay. So you just shove the letters in their chest, and Tom, the guard, kind of starts reading it, looks up and kind of looks at his friends and says, Hey, hold up. And the guard kind of, starts to pull his sword out and says, No. Escort them to see the mayor. I think this might be valid. And he hands the other guard the letters that you provided to him, and he kind of rolls them up, sheaths his sword, says, right, okay, follow me. And he escorts you up to the front porch of his manor, where he gives you back the he says, wait here. I will need to go talk with the mayor. So he takes the papers inside with him.
Tick tock.
Yep. And before long, the doors swing open and he says, all right, come inside, follow me. So you head inside of the manor, and there is a large room with a varnished table surrounded by 10 chairs. And the guard informs you to have a seat. And then some more time passes.
Is there anything valuable
in here?
Yeah.
No. It's beautiful chairs and tables, but it's kept empty. This is a mayor of a
And
town
keep them
of
up.
thieves. There's nothing valuable for you to take.
Okay.
So-
I ask,
Oh, no problem.
There is one fancy nail here.
So after a bit of time, the door opens and Mayor Nightpitch enters with a cronish-looking woman, and he introduces himself and says, "This
Did you
is
say woman or
woman."
oh, because you said woman and then started saying he.
Well, he, the mayor, he starts to introduce himself and her as Yagaba.
That sounds like a witch.
And he, if you say that out loud, he kind of smiles to himself and gets a very coy look on his face and says, "So we have business to attend to." And then you see kind of Yagaba kind of drift off to the corner and just waits there silently. "So I understand that you have some information that's important to myself and also this little issue that we have with the Flayer."
I'm going to let the others do the talking. I'm going to keep my eye on Yagaba in the corner of the room. And I'm not going to stare at her. I'm going to, obviously, at the corner of my eye, just basically.
I will stare at her.
Also, where exactly is the mark of the Flayer? Like where would I look for it? If
we'll just say along the back of the neck. I'm not a tanner, so I couldn't tell you the right way to skin a human.
Of the back, I'm gonna kind of like gonna give the letter to the mayor, or he already have it.
He has it. He has it. Yeah, he has the letters with him.
Okay, I'm gonna. No, it don't work anymore. I'm gonna be like, "Hey, mayor, look at that!" And
all right, give me a persuasion roll.
Oh no!
You could do it.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Oh,
So close!
He stands there. He sits there, just kind of gives you this icy stare and says, "My time is important. Obviously, yours is not. Get to the point, or I will throw you out of here and my city."
Okay, mayor, I'm gonna be totally honest. It's like this: the person that we're looking for, he probably have a mark in here. All the victims have been skinned and here, and we have found out that the Flayer change body pretty much every day, so it could be anybody. We came here to warn you, and we are also very interesting because we believe that the murders have to do with what Master Vernon wrote in the letter. I really don't know why you didn't receive the letter before, but now you have it, and Master Vernon is dead. And
dead, you say?
Yes. Have you seen him?
Well, what, young man?
Well, I said, well, when we say dead, there is something walking around in his skin.
So he looks, he kind of gives you a curious look and goes, "There might be a chance Master Vernon was correct. Maybe I should have listened to him the first time, but this expedition in Gorak just seemed like complete nonsense, but very well. So I appreciate this information, but is there anything that you need from me? I'm a bit confused. Are you saying that I'm connected somehow?"
Yeah. No. Of course not. We just came here to, of course, get your wise opinion and your wise knowledge. I'm gonna lick some ass and be like, and we just want to know the people that went in the Gorak in the Gorak expedition because maybe the murders are connected to them. And we know these two persons, and I'm gonna name the two persons that we know of it.
Balin and Ludo.
Okay.
No, Bella and Ludo, but then it's the other two, right? It's the woman and the guy.
Right. Oh, you mean the bodies that were completely destroyed?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Were they in the expedition, Mayor?
No.
No.
No. Those neither one of those names ring a bell. So, all right. As confusing as you seem, and as well, I guess comical as you present yourself, I feel it is my duty as mayor and the protection of my city to provide you with what bit of information I have that may assist you in removing this evil blight upon my city. And if this expedites it, so be it. So here's what I know about this expedition and this Gorak that is mentioned here. So Gorak claimed to know about some sort of secret location in the woods, and he gathered a following, as is done here, and soon, vanished into Davakar, as the stories have been told. Then he pauses for a moment. He's like, and of course, he had that very unfriendly changeling with him. What was her name? And you hear his witch say, Alahara. Ah, yes. Alahara went along, devoted to him as always, trailing in his steps. The remains of the expedition returned a couple months later, I think. They had not reached their original target, they said, but something about meeting an arch troll, which highly unlikely, but had instead found some other tomb of an early Symbaroum king. When they returned, they did so burdened with vast treasure, and they had an excellent score. Gorak was most proud of this, but more so with this cranium that he had, that he proclaimed was of a dead king, and it was this crown of copper, green from rust, and had merged to the skull. There was no way of removing it, but he paraded it around town, talked to it in a joking manner, and scared people with it. And while his companions spent their grave gold, and he, granted his, not really annoying, but tolerated, as they were spending their money all around Thistle Hold. And then there was that about a week or so passed, if I recall correctly, when one of the survivors had transformed into one of those raging abominations. And then after we dispatched it, we soon found that the rest of the crew vanished one by one. And he goes, can you remind me of how they were found? And she goes, yes. You hear from the shadows in the corner, a couple of them were found dead, but most of them just disappeared into thin air. And at that time, there were rumors about elves infiltrating this town, but that was never confirmed. And elves infiltrating Thistle Hold is usually a complete lie. It's absurd. He goes, yes, I know. Anyways, Gorak and his changeling lover, Alahara, most likely went into hiding after their final remaining companions became Blightborn and slew a couple of watchmen before they were cut down also. All in all, after they found everything, they were gone in a matter of weeks. So that is all that I know.
Have you seen the skull?
Well, of course I've seen the skull.
Did you touch it?
Would I be sitting here today if I touched everything shown to me, or that I dug up in the forest myself? He kind of scoffs at you.
I'm just trying to help you, Mayor.
Oh, well, obviously I did not touch it.
Okay. Gorak, he just disappeared. Like one day he just poof.
Well, such is the way. I mean, people come and go in Thistle Hold every day. And they spend their treasure here, they take them with them elsewhere. But as long as I can maintain the commonality and peace of my humble little hold here, I care not what they do once they leave. So, but it sounds like something may have returned or may not have left at all. So let me get to the point. If you are serious about helping me and the city of Thistle Hold, I will do what I can to make your lives a bit easier. And he snaps his finger, and the witch produces a blank sheet of paper, and he pulls a quill seemingly out of nowhere and immediately writes some information down, hands it to you, which on the form is pretty much a letter of introduction, officially signed by him, that gives you, your party, the blessing of the mayor to do what you need to do within reason to garner the information that you need to find out who this Flayer is. And signed, with his official signature. And then he grabs a candle, gets a bit of wax, and stamps it with his insignia ring.
Excuse me, sir, big sir, boss sir. Do you know this person was the part of the excavation party? I show him the name of one of the first victims that was torn apart in that fight.
He looks at the name and says, does not ring a bell, no.
Do you have a list of people that were in the exploration party?
Oh, we don't have, we may have a list of those names, but, and he says, it may take some time to get to you, but we can try to provide it from the logs and see what we can obtain.
It would be helpful. Thank you.
Okay.
You want a cookie?
Teacher.
Where did you get the cookies from?
He actually doesn't have any cookies. He's just asking.
We got them from
Nobody says yes.
I still have one cookie that I got from the lady.
We got cookies from the lady, yeah?
I still have mine cookie. No one wants it, so
Okay.
I'm offering it to everyone that I see.
It's because we never got the tea to go with it.
Okay, so what we want to do, guys, this mayor was... Okay, this is me talking meta, okay?
That's
this
fine.
wasn't me, myself. This mayor was a waste of time. Because
Well, we got the letter of introduction we can give to
Yeah.
people to say, you've got to help us now.
Right.
Yeah.
You've got that.
So it wasn't a
About what?
waste.
And he gave us information about the expedition.
Right.
Yeah,
No.
but they disappear. He don't know who was in the
Well-
expedition, who don't know, it's like,
He gave us some names.
okay.
We're still
Me
here
too.
with me. I just quickly want to say, so, Mayor Nightpitch, do you have any theories of your own about the Flayer or the expedition?
Oh, your witch.
And okay, so this brings us to an interesting situation within Symbaroum, right? It's called asking for assistance. So if you're wanting him to essentially provide you loose threads, so to speak, help with rituals, tracking irrelevant lore, it might turn into a Deus Ex Machina for you. And essentially you may end up losing out on some experience points in this particular situation. So if you would like for him to try to concoct a theory for you, I'd be more than willing to provide that to you. But, obviously it's not going to be the answer, but there might be a little bit of a give and take with that. So this is baked into the mechanics of the game.
So we lose experience for asking for help?
Not asking for help. You're asking for him to provide you with a theory of the murders. You're not asking him yes or no questions. You're asking him to kind of give you a leap into it. So
can we go back to him and ask him later on?
Absolutely. Okay. Yeah. If you have more information and you feel like you still need a little bit of extra help, sure. But yeah, this is just a little bit of a, depending on what you would like. So if you want him to concoct the theory for you, I might, throw that at you. But if you're just going to ask, if you want to ask him specific questions that you can use to concoct your own theory, that's totally different. So.
I don't know, guys.
Let's explore a bit more.
Well, I'm going to provide you this, right? So with the information that you've given him, this is not going to cost you anything, but he seems to think that obviously there's, with the information provided, that this is stuff you already know, but he's going to say that might be an abomination involved due to the previous 2 killings, right? It's centralized in the northern part of the city, meaning that, which you already think that either they're targeting people in that area, or it could be just operating and living with that area, which is some things that you've concluded. And likewise, Master Vernum, being the last victim, might have been targeted due to the fact that the information that he was going to provide to him was essentially associated with his conjecture. So essentially he felt that something from this expedition had to do with the Flayer, and therefore might have been silenced on purpose, whereas the others might have just been random killings. But he also concludes, I have no idea why, the various glands have been taken. I am not a medicus. It just seems odd that that this is a connection between them, but that goes beyond his expertise. So, but as to why they're doing this, I really don't know. So we've got a bit of time left before we probably need to conclude. So what would you guys like to do at this point? Or where would you like to go next?
You could go to the saloon or whatever it's called.
The salon?
Yeah.
So head to the northern part of the city. Okay, what do the rest of you think?
It could be good to check out the Ordo Magica before we head there.
Yeah.
But
that's
what do we gonna do in Ordo Magica? Like what's the link there?
It's a place that Master Vernon would frequent, and we thought that perhaps if this is targeted, why pick Master Vernon? If not the mayor, if not the town guard, why would you pick Master Vernon?
Okay.
There's the whole thing with the glands as well.
Maybe
the magical link there.
Okay.
They would know.
Do we know what glands were taken?
Yes.
Yes.
And they're probably connected to the mystic power.
What glands were taken?
Oh, where were they?
It was the adrenal, thyroid, and pineal glands.
So I'm not a doctor, so what do they do?
What we learned was, according to some scriptures, these precise glands may contain energies that counteract corruption.
Yeah.
Maybe it's trying to decorrupt itself.
No. It's probably trying to hide.
Oh,
If
okay.
it's corrupted, it's taking out those glands so that meetings or something.
You right there, Gus?
Yeah, just thinking.
Mrs. Vitches, do you take apprentices?
That's not a meta laugh. That's in-game laugh.
I would like to apply.
Right. So Mayor Nightpitch says, well, I do appreciate the work. Definitely come see me once you find out who is doing this, and continue on. Like I mentioned, I'm a very busy man, and I think we are done here. and he immediately stands up from the table and walks back the way he came with
I have a question.
He pauses and turns and says, yes, Master
Maligno.
Maligno, yes, Master Maligno.
I'm just wondering, will we be compensated for our investigation?
And he kind of blinks his eyes twice, and yes, sir, you will be compensated, and you will be compensated quite well. Is that all?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. And he kind of turns. You almost hear the heels of his boots clack together as he turns and kind of marches out of the room. The doors close behind them, and the guards kind of give you the motion to stand up, and they guide you out of his manor and back onto the streets of Davokar. I'm sorry, not Davokar, of Thistle Hold. So depending on where you want to go next, we'll kind of keep it at a little cliffhanger for the next session. But where is it you would like to go?
I guess we'll go to the Magicus place, right?
Go to Magic.
Yes.
Okay.
The Ordo Magica.
Yep. Okay.
That's so you can
Maybe they
pair
have
that.
seen. Maybe they have seen Master Vernon. Maybe Master Vernon is there right now.
That would be good, nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that would be really nice.
Although if we were to
Or we
attack
just
him,
find his. Or if we find his skin, then we know.
It's switch.
moved on.
Okay. So you head over to the Ordo Magica, and aside from the beacon, this is a 7 stories high tower. Tallest buildings itself within the the city of Thistle Hold. So you get to the front entrance of it, and Oleg, you see a very elderly goblin standing there in the front. He's dressed in a variety of clothes that notate him as either a servant of sorts or doorkeeper. And as you
doorkeeper.
As you approach, he's you hear, "Good day, sirs. Can I help you?"
So when you say elderly goblin, what, about 12 or it's really old?
It's more like 20.
Yeah, really old.
And he says, did I not speak loud enough? Can I help you with something?
Yes, we want to enter and ask some questions. I mean, these humans want to ask some questions.
Yes, we're here on official business.
Oh,
On behalf of the mayor and the town watch.
he looks, well, not anyone can gain audience with the masters. They're very busy. So do you have something to...
Yes, we do.
Zarex, have you got that letter from Nightpitch, the mayor?
Mm-hmm.
Put it on his face.
No, don't do that.
Yeah, we need to keep it clean. We
I'm
don't
sorry,
goblin bogies on it.
my darkness went out of the window. Of course, this is happening dark. I'm just playing
Okay.
more fun.
So yeah, so he looks at this, says, right, so this will gain you entrance, but what is it that you need to do here?
Have you seen Master Vernon? Okay, perfect. We both ask at the same time. Great.
No. Well, actually,
Actually,
why do you need to know if Master Vernum has been here?
Have you seen? I don't know. What's the ritual? What's the riddle here?
Well, I mean, this letter says to essentially help you, but the Order Magica, has its own rules that do not, fare outside or inside that exists in Thistle Hold. So,
okay, Mr. Goblin, I'm gonna be very honest.
mhm.
There is a chance that things are gonna get stolen right now.
Stolen.
Stolen.
Yes.
Right. Okay. And
Yeah, relics, magic items. I don't know. It seems that Mr. Vernon or Dr. Vernon have a change of personality, and anybody inside there is at risk.
Give me a persuasive roll with a -3.
Oh my God, no!
-3.
Excuse me, Mr. Goblin. My friend doesn't know goblin ways. And I prepare the money to pay him.
And he, as Xerix is rambling on, he just kind of seems to zone out and look upon Oleg and goes,
I give him 5 shillings and a cookie.
Roll me a persuasive at a -1.
No.
I have to be so
And he takes the coin and starts munching on the cookie and says, yes, well, I don't know if this is enough for me to provide you with the
I'm going to be like, look,
I will give him another
there's
5
lives at
shillings.
risk here, little Mr. Goblin person. I don't know your name. There's lives at risks here, and if you've seen Master Vernon today at all, then it is imperative that we know immediately.
I give him another 5 shillings.
All right, give me a persuasive with +1 since Maligno chimed in. Oleg.
Oh, okay.
Or whoever has the high. Okay. All right. So he arches an eyebrow at Maligno and takes more of your shillings and says, right. He says, yes, Master Vernon, and he walks over to the corner and produces a ledger and flips it open and says, licks his fingers a few times and says, yeah, here it is. Master Vernon has been to the tower, but it says here that he has left, and he flips the ledger around and shows you the notation and the signature of Master Vernon.
When did he left?
Let's see here.
Where was this here?
We compare it with the presumed time of the murder.
Okay. And you see that it shows the time as being sometime after the apparently the body was killed, or the body was found. So
okay,
how does the signature compare to the one that we already have on the letter?
Good point. Completely different.
Okay. So you don't at least you don't recall what the victim have.
Do you happen to know why he visited here?
Who he visited?
Is it in the ledger, the logbook? Reason for visit. I very much doubt it, because that'd be too easy.
I think who can answer that better is if you speak with Master Friedna.
Oh, thank you. We will, and I'll walk inside.
An audience requires an invitation.
I'm going to be yet again. Do you not understand that there are lives at risk? Do you understand? Do you understand that there's what's it called? What's the creature called?
Flayer.
The Flayer.
Yes.
Has
Mr.
clearly
Maligno
taken an interest in the Ordo Magica.
Yes. Mr. Maligno wants to ask how much for the invitation.
What? No, I'm not paying for crap.
He tells you in your own language, Philip, that it would be an additional 5 shillings.
I gave him additional 5 shillings.
Okay. All right.
I'm
So
the poorest one here, and I'm paying for everything.
So he says, I will get the master's attention soon, but know that Master Vernum, while he was here, I know that he was visiting the ritual chamber, the place for the ritual library, and also where the tower's magic circle exists. And he then disappears. And a few moments later, a very tall and wizardly looking man comes out. He's got a very snooty look on his face, and he's haughtily, puffing away on a pipe. And without even taking the pipe out of his mouth, he says out of the corner of his mouth, I understand that you have asked for an audience with one of the masters of the tower regarding Master Vernum. And in accordance with the doorman's request and this letter provided by the mayor, I am supposed to assist. So what is it that I can help you with?
I think we should find out next time.
Okay. And he says, quite. and we will stop there if you'd like. So when we come back next time, this Master Euphredna will be giving you some additional information about why Master Vernon, or who is playing Master Vernum, was at the Tower of Ordo Magica. So there we go.
Right. Thank you. So guys, don't forget to check out everyone's links that was posted earlier. That will also be in the description of YouTube, where you can in the YouTube description you'll find links to everyone, people's Twitches and stuff like that. Or not Twitches, Twitter and all that malarkey. I'd like to thank everyone for playing today. I'd like to thank Scott for running. Don't forget to check out the social media. Check out the Discord if you're not already part of the Discord. Check out my Twitter. You'll see when we're going live. And YouTube is where all the VODs go. Just quickly, just last check. So, Scott, where can we find you?
Oh, you can find me at Hail Orchistorcus on Twitter. Obviously, you can find me running about on various Discords and also running games for certain virtual cons, such as Grogmeet coming up. So,
cool. Gus?
Yep, you can find me on Twitter at Second Brekkie, and I'm occasionally around various Discords as well. So if you see me, say hello. I don't bite too hard.
Thank you. Philip?
Yeah, you can find me on Discord. Yeah, that's it. I'm hiding on the internet.
J-Wall?
Yeah, you can find me on the Discord as J-Wall, and then Twitter, Twitch, everywhere else, J-Wall7Z, and obviously here for Symbaroum, and starting from the 11th, Numenera.
Yep. And Danny?
You can find me in the Discord, pretty much. Yeah, Danny. Having a good time.
Cool. Right. Other than that, thank you all for watching, and we will see you on Saturday for Curse of Strahd. Thank you, and see you later.
Take care.